Hello and welcome back to the Orlando Adventures podcast. I'm your host, Russ, and today I'm joined by another fantastic guest, fresh off the back of an Orlando trip. We have got Dom Rice from Wookies On Tour. Welcome to the podcast, Dom.
Hello, everyone. How you doing? Yeah, brilliant. Good to see you, mate. It's good, like I say, nice to meet face to face. We've been, been chatting for a while.
We certainly have. Yeah, we've had many a chat about Orlando and beyond that as well. Absolutely. So it's absolutely fantastic to have you on. And like I said, you're fairly fresh off the back of an Orlando trip.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we are probably 30 days off since we got back. So yeah, we're fresh back.
We can absolutely get into that trip as the episode goes on. So it'd be great to hear all about it. I suppose to kick us off, kind of who are you, Dom, and what is Wookies On Tour?
Right, so I'm Dom. So I live down on the south coast with the family. So I've got my wife Sarah and my oldest daughter Caitlin, youngest Esme. So to be honest, we only started vlogging Christmas 23. So on the trip that we had there, but before that we had a camper van. It used to be called Baymax. It was a little Japanese camper van. And
Love it.
White, and it just looked like Baymax. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So we started doing a bit of Instagram on that and just sort of talking about our trips and things that we were doing. And then, to be honest, I've been watching vlogs for years. I mean, I've been probably since like 2019. I've been looking at Orlando vlogs, and it's just one of them things. We just suddenly decided, like last Christmas, we're like, let's just do it. Let's have a go. Yeah, it's a big step. It's a daunting step to take.
But it's great though, and I'm sure you're finding this because obviously you've got a series coming out at the moment.
Yeah,
but I'm sure you're finding that it's so good to kind of, even when you're editing it or to watch it back and just relive those memories and like, okay, you know what, like what a great trip, and like just kind of relive the days as you were doing them.
Absolutely, I mean that's one of the things about doing it. I mean, we went a few years back and everything was just photos. So I think I took nearly 2,500 photos.
Right.
And it's great. I mean, that's all holidays used to be. It was just a load of photos and they sit on your phone, or we printed a couple of photo books out. They just sort of sit there. You look at them probably 3 times a year. So yeah, I mean, we always did a little bit of videoing. So when we went to Orlando, we'd had little clips of this, so little ride launch or something like that you put in there. But doing it for this level where you're actually doing the whole trip and you're seeing it start to finish, it's just nuts. I mean, we watched our Christmas one back a little while ago, and it just brings you right back to it as if you're there again.
Yeah. I love it.
It's amazing. It's a big step to jump into it. But once you've done it, it's that first few videos that you get going with. You feel a bit of a tool when you're doing it, but after a while, you just sort of forget. And
which is fair enough. And I suppose like kind of off the back of how have you actually found kind of like picking the camera up in the parks? Have you found that a bit daunting?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very different kettle of fish because we do a little bit of like camping and caravanning vlogging as well. So that's the second part of our channel. It's so different doing it in the UK to doing it in Orlando. In Orlando, everyone's doing it. And to be honest, it's bizarre. You just walk around Orlando and people are having FaceTime chats to their friends as they're walking around. So, to be honest, when you go around vlogging, half people probably wouldn't even know you're videoing. Yeah. But out there, to be honest, the first time we did it, it was you walk around, you feel a bit, you're like hiding in the back alleys and doing a bit of video. And I mean, I think probably 2 days into that trip, I was just strolling through the park then with the camera up in the face. And you look back at it and you're always sort of second guessing where your camera placement is, because at one point you got it too close to your face and then you're too far away. But I mean, this last trip, it was just, I didn't even phase it. As soon as you got to the airport, it's like boom, straight on the camera on. Family are a lot more used to it. Sarah was a lot more into it this time than she was at Christmas. She's fairly sort of new to being in. I don't mind. I've got no pride left. I've got 2 kids, so I'm happy just stick my face in the camera. But it took them a bit longer. The girls, because my youngest is 12 and the oldest is 18. They're not massive fans of it. It's all about how they look and everything now. So I just respect them, and if they don't want to be in it, they're not in it. You see them sometimes in the background, or they'll photo bomb dive across of it. And you just got to read the family and see how they. I like it.
And hopefully, they're enjoying it, and it's a bit of fun. And like we said, it's an opportunity to kind of go back and relive it at some point if you wanted to. But also for other people watching it as well, because like obviously I'm watching your current series and I love it. I mean, it's genuinely, I mean, it's great. So like anyone who loves an Orlando vlog, 100% go and check out Wookies On Tour, because your videos are decent.
Yeah,
Like,
cheers, man. I appreciate that.
I will say that I think the quality is really good, but also like I'm relating to stuff you're doing. I'm like, say, like you'll be there in Walmart having a walk around and like doing the thing where you're picking up massive bottles of stuff and whatnot. And like, I love it. And it just, yeah, exactly. Do the head test. It made me laugh. It really did.
Yeah,
it's
there's
relatable.
just so much to do out there. I mean, I mean, the good thing with the vlogs, because we've been watching them so long, I've got a notepad. I just sit there, and as I watch, I mean, I'm a bit more old school. You can note on your phone and whatnot. I love just having a little notepad where I just scribble stuff down.
Yeah.
I've watched God knows how many vlogs, and I just see something and think, well, that's pretty cool. And then I list them down to like different areas. So you've got different parks, and then outside of the parks as well. And you just note stuff down. And when you're there, if you've finished something and you've got an hour spare, I'll just grab the little notebook out, have a look and say, oh yeah, let's go and do Cold Stone Creamery, let's go and do this, go and do it. And it's, I mean, you think back, I don't know, early 2000s, you didn't have all this content. You used to get the Brits Guide to Florida book thing. You'd go through it. It was probably 2 years out of date. And that was it. That's all you had. So you'd go out there and just do the generic things. But now you've got all this content you can look at, and it just changes your trip. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. Like this, I say it's a lot, but this community is incredible. But also like the fact that we can all kind of live through each other's trips a bit. So like, obviously I can be watching your trip, and that's current as it is now. But in 6 months' time, when there's something new in the parks and stuff, you're watching someone else's vlog and they've gone and checked out a new ride, new attraction, new restaurants. And that's the same with Instagram as well. So we're constantly getting like new content, which is amazing. And yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. I suppose with regards to other content creators, did you have kind of Instagrams or YouTubes that you were kind of watching or kind of engaging in that kind of inspired you to start it?
Yeah, so I'd say probably the biggest two that I watched from the outset were Night Strider and Lodge Guys.
Oh, I love it.
Love them. They're so good. We used to watch like the Disney food blogs, and there's an American one called Super Infused. That's really good. Okay. And they just do like individual park videos. They don't tend to do whole trips. They do bits and bobs like that. But I had to write some of them down. So I mean, you look at my subscription list on my YouTube now, it's insane. I've got about 140 different YouTubers that I follow.
Yeah.
Like now, Paging Mr. Morrow, he's really good. Met him on the trip we did in July.
Nice.
Oh, I saw him. It was amazing. We were sat on Runaway Mine Train, and he was on the front just as we were about to get on.
Oh, amazing.
There's Nate. And I was like, no, you shouted to him, and he just walked off. And then we went around the corner to Haunted Mansion, and I saw him go into one of the shops. I just went in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow it. To be fair, he seems so approachable.
Oh, he's an absolute legend. He was
like a genuine guy.
It's weird because he's not a celebrity, but because I've watched him so much on videos, it kind of feels like you're talking to a celebrity. Half the people I probably speak to wouldn't even know who it is. But it's just amazing to see someone. And he saw I had the camera. He's like, oh, you're a vlogger as well? And he was looking at the setup, and he was just, such a nice guy.
Oh, spot on. Oh, that's fantastic. I've seen a few people that I follow have obviously had a picture taken with him and stuff over the past kind of few weeks. I think it's cool. It's good to see. And like, obviously it's always good from our point of view being kind of UK based content creators. Yeah. So to see the ones, the American ones.
You look at the American ones, and like when I look at American videos, like because I've heard a few of the guys on your podcast say about Tim Tracker.
Yeah.
To be honest, I never really watched that much content from him. I've heard of him and I've seen him on there, but I've never really watched that much. But the American ones, they don't get the appreciation that we've got to do a 10-hour flight, and then you've got a 2-hour trip to the airport before that, and then you've got to get a car, and you've lost, I don't know, 14, 15 hours before you even got to your villa. You're knackered, and you've got a day then to try and recover. They're jumping on a plane for like an hour. And they're at the parks.
Yeah, like, I love it. Yeah, and also like the ones who obviously live around Florida. Literally kind of like Paging Mr. Morris, basically wake up. What am I going to do today? I'm going to drive 10 minutes down the road. I'm going to be in one of his studios.
You can do 2 hours and then go out, and it doesn't matter. He's got his goal for him. He's got a 2-week trip, and you need to wedge that trip.
Yeah, 100%. Love it. I suppose getting into Orlando then. When was the first time that you went to Orlando then?
So this is going back a bit. So this is old school. So the first time I ever went was for my 21st birthday. That was in 2003.
Oh, fantastic. So I suppose 2003. What kind of parks were you doing at the time? Did you do Disney and Universal?
Yeah. To be honest, I look back on that and see how much we did on that trip, and it is nuts. So we did all of Universal, all of Disney. We did Busch Gardens, SeaWorld. We did Kennedy Space Center, day at Clearwater Beach. I don't even know how we did that in the trip, to be honest.
Yeah, flipping hell.
It was full trip. I mean, that's the only time I've ever done Busch Gardens, so I've never done it again since. And it's a good park, but I'm an absolute roller coaster nut. I love roller coasters, but nobody else in my family does.
Oh, it's such a shame. I honestly, I'm
my
sure
youngest
you've heard me talk about it. Yeah,
she's just getting there. She's just like this trip we went on. She was getting on the bigger rides, but
nice.
That trip. So that was back in like I think it was April 2003. So I actually was there for my 21st birthday. So I turned 21 in Orlando.
Oh, I love that. Amazing. And I suppose how many times have you been since then?
So we went to Disneyland Paris I've had to write this all down, by the way, because I'll never remember. My brain's full down. So we went to Disneyland Paris in 2005. And then we went back to Orlando in 2009. That was a pretty good trip. So my oldest daughter was 4 years old then, 4.5 years old. That again, we did a lot there. I mean, we did Disney, we did Universal, we did Discovery Cove on that trip, which was really
amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
But my daughter got to start the parade at Magic Kingdom.
Oh, I love that. What insane. A great memory. Yeah.
I've got these photos of her with the conductor guy that starts the parade, and he's let us stand in the middle while he was letting her wave this little flag thing and start the whole parade off. Oh, it was, I mean, that photo, you look at it and it just brings back all the feels.
Yeah, that's proper Disney Orlando memories, that, isn't it? Fantastic.
You can't beat them. I mean, they picked her out of the crowd. She was sat on the curb and she had she was all like into dresses and everything then, so she looked quite Disney princessy. She's all hair all in buns and this, that, and the other. Yeah, and they just come up and sort of he sort of went over and started talking to her, and I was like, "You all right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I just wondering if she wants to start the parade." I was like, "Yes, she does."
Amazing.
I don't even know if she wanted to, but she was.
Amazing. Oh, fantastic. So that was 2009.
Yeah, and then so we went to Disneyland Paris again in 2019 as just a quick. We literally booked that the day before we went. That was a nuts trip. We don't do that. We are full-on planners.
Proper planners.
As in, we will plan a year in advance. So we've never done a trip like that where we just literally booked it the day before and went. So that was pretty cool. And then we went back. Our big trip was October 2022. So we went back with my parents, and my niece went as well.
Oh, amazing! I mean, that's good to go back with kind of the bigger family as well.
Had a big villa on that one, which was lush. We had a really nice villa on that one. We did Disney, Universal, and Clearwater, but we did Halloween Horror Nights on that one as well.
Nice. Was that your first?
You've not done Halloween Horror Nights, have you?
I haven't done it. It's so high on the list.
Next level. It was because I only went with my oldest daughter and my niece because the others didn't really fancy it, so they went off to Animal Kingdom, I think. And because we had 2 cars on that trip, which was quite good. So we went up there. We did the Scream Before You Meet, or whatever it says, where you get in early into the park, so you can get in there like a couple of hours early, and you sit in these areas, and then you can get onto the ride or get onto the scare houses a couple of like hours before everyone else. And as soon as it went dark, the whole atmosphere just changes, and they got these guys running around with chainsaws. And my niece is a little bit twitchy, and I was just like finding the guys with the chainsaw, and I was pointing at my niece and like, get her. And they were just chasing her around the park.
Oh, it's so harsh, but at the same time, that's kind of what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. And then we went December 23, which was so we did that was a bit of a funny trip because we did Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and then we jumped on a cruise afterwards. So we were actually on the cruise for Christmas.
Oh, that was really cool. Amazing.
We spent Christmas Day in Belize. It was well nice.
Fantastic. Oh, absolutely spot on. Love that. Yeah.
And then the trip we've just done, which is the July one.
Nice. So I suppose the July trip, that's the kind of one obviously fresh in the memory.
That's it.
I know, obviously, I've spoke to you and I follow your Instagram. Your travel day, if I'm not wrong, was a nightmare. Was it not?
I mean, that is enough to put anyone off traveling. It was just
what happened exactly? Obviously, I've kind of caught wind of like probably 75% of what happened, but like it didn't sound great. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So we started off the day. It was all nice and fresh. So we drove up to the airport because I got an EV. So we charged the car up when we got there, getting ourselves all organised for the run back. We went in, put the bags through, had a quick. We went and picked some aftershaves and whatnot up. Went up to Wonder Tree restaurant, and my daughter got a text on her phone saying, "Just to let you know, your flight's been cancelled." And I was like, "Why would you get a text? Why would you not send me the text?" So I said, "Oh, it's probably just spam mail." So I loaded up the old BA app straight on there, cancelled, and we were like, "So they'd literally let us take all our bags right the way through security and everything to get out." So I went down to the BA desk, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're not sure what happens. Just go down your gate, and they'll sort it out." So we went down to the gate. Sat there for 45 minutes. Nobody came down. So I went back to the desk, and there was a guy stood there, and he said, "Oh, I was waiting for everyone to come back. I have to take you back through security the wrong way, get all your cases, so you can then like decide what you're going to do onwards. And we're going to put you in the Hilton overnight." And it was like, we just 200 people sat down in the gate waiting for you, and he's like, "Yeah, I can only take 10 people at a time because you literally had to go through the back doors of the airport." And he said, "I can only take 10 people at a time. So if like 200 people come back here, I'm going to have them all queuing as I take them through."
Right.
So anyway, we got through. We got our bags. My wife's on the phone to BA saying, "Well, what's going on?" And they said, "Well, there's a flight taking off in like 45 minutes from Heathrow. How quick can you get there?" And I was like, I don't know. I said, "It's an hour, and I haven't even got the cases yet."
Yeah.
He
so
said,
it's be a bit of time,
and phone us back and we'll book it in. So we got through, phoned up the place, and they said, "Right, you've missed that flight. So there's another one leaving in an hour and 10 minutes. Or no, sorry, it was leaving an hour and a half, but you had to be at the airport in an hour and 10 minutes because the gate shuts an hour before."
Right.
Or their check-in. So we were like, "Whew, that's spicy." So we went up to the old Heathrow, the Gatwick taxi dude, and said, "Oh, how quick can you get us to Heathrow?" And he's like, "Well, it's about an hour and 20 minutes, but if the traffic's kind, you'll get you there in an hour." So this guy just absolutely hooned it down the motorway. He flew to Heathrow, and we had to be at the Heathrow gate or the Virgin check-in desk by 3 o'clock. We were there at 2:59.
Oh my god!
So my wife ran into
hearing it. Oh my god!
Like all the cases and everything through. And Virgin, I mean, because BA just booked us onto this Virgin flight, which I don't know how they do that.
Okay.
Virgin were absolutely insane. They literally took us to the front of the queue, put all our bags through. They took us through a VIP check-in, so the one that you get with the lounges. And we were from the point of getting into Heathrow, we were on the plane in about 35 minutes.
Oh wow!
It was nuts.
God.
But the flight had to go to Miami, so we flew from Heathrow then to Miami.
Yeah.
Got there. I don't even tell. It was like 7 o'clock in the evening or whatever. It just baffles me still because the time was jumping back and forward with the 5-hour time difference.
Yeah.
And then we had to get a connecting flight to MCO.
Right. Okay.
That flight was delayed by 2 hours when we got there. So I think we landed in at 2 a.m. USA time.
Right.
When we got through MCO. Straight when that happened, it was the blimmin' credit card thing where Microsoft crashed.
Where all the computers went down and the world
computers went down. We went to the car hire desk. The guy in front of us got a car, walked off. We scanned our credit card and it wouldn't go through. And then all the systems crashed. So we had to sit in the airport for 5 hours waiting to get a hire car.
Oh, for God's sake.
And then, we just got a lift and just took a lift back to the villa. So we were there at 7 a.m. And then, we just didn't go to bed then. We just carried on. We're like, right, you ready for Typhoon Lagoon?
Yeah, right. Come on, we're on holiday.
The kids are like, they're just absolutely passed out.
Yeah.
We're like, we're in Orlando.
That's it, though, isn't it? It's like you're trying to stay upbeat and excited because you're in the place, like the best place in the world. But like, after a travel day like that,
that's the only thing that kept us going. The fact we're in our favourite place in the world, and it's just we went to Walmart, we got some bits and bobs. The villa was brilliant. They had a little welcome pack in there with bread and milk and things like that. So that made our life a lot easier. So we managed to get the girls some toast and bits. And then, we just carried on the day and then got to that night and just whoosh. I think you better comment on it because we got a Panda Express that night.
Yeah, loved it. I saw the Panda Express and I was like, yes. They know where it's at.
That was next level, that Panda Express. That was, and we got Uber Eats, so we got them to Uber Eat it to our villa.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've obviously seen it on the blog as well. I love it. Yeah, no, absolutely spot on.
That was, it was a rubbish start to an amazing holiday, but it's funny to look at it now, but not so much at the time. I don't know how I'm quite an anxious person. I don't know how I coped that day. But you just had to keep going. I mean, it's Sarah that pushed us.
Like you said, you've just got to keep going. That's it, isn't it? And it's like you hope that it never happens. We're in an airport like that. That's obviously the anxiety of like thinking, we'll miss the flight or a flight will go wrong. And then when it does, and you've had all of it in one, you literally had if it could have probably gone wrong, it's gone wrong. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you still got there. That's the thing.
We got there and we had the most amazing trip. I mean, the card thing can be helped. That wasn't the hire cars company's fault. It was just one of them things. It's just, you just got to plug through it. But in the end, they said there was something wrong with the plane. So when it gets to that point, you sort of think, I didn't really want to be on that plane anyway.
No, exactly that. It's like it's been done for the right reasons in terms of the cancellation. It might not be what you want to hear when you're trying to go on your trip to Orlando you've been waiting for months. But
I'd rather they found out on the ground than in the air that there's something wrong with it.
Yeah. Did they end up like compensating you for cancelling it so late on or anything like that?
Yeah, we got a really good compensation package, and my wife put it through the first night in the we got into the villa.
Yeah.
So she put everything through, because the lady that we spoke to in Gatwick said, keep all of your receipts for your dinners, your Ubers, if you get a drink or a pizza, keep everything, and they'll do it back. Yeah, and they give us compensation per person, which is the standard cancellation one, and we also got another £350 back for all the food and the Ubers and everything that we'd had during that day.
Yeah, well, at least they looked after you. That's the main thing. From a customer service point of view, at least they've gone as far as they could go to kind of apologize for it, which is great. And for them to book you on BA to put you on a Virgin flight as well. That sounds nuts, doesn't it?
I mean, that's got to be painful. But we were the only ones from our flight that managed to get there for that.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, at least you got on it. And I suppose getting into the trip. Go on, let's get into the trip. Where you said you stayed in a villa. Where was the villa then?
So the villa was in Claremont, so it's like west of Orlando. So if you go right up West Earl Bronson Highway, right to the very end, like heading west, we were kind of at the end of there.
Okay,
but it's like 20 minutes from Orlando, like from Disney parks. It's really nice over there because it's nice and quiet and there's no traffic. It was just every day we drove there, just drove straight to your villa and back. We nearly stayed on Windsor Hills.
Okay,
we saw the queue of traffic every day going into Windsor Hills, and that is.
I'm glad we didn't go there. Yeah,
there's 150 car deep every day just trying to get to the left turn where the Walmart is on. I think it's Turkey Lake Road.
Yeah,
pure traffic there.
Yeah,
no, it was beautiful. It was a little townhouse, a little 3-bed townhouse.
Nice. Oh, fantastic. Where did you book that through?
We did it through. We used a travel company that we used for our October 22 trip, so we booked it through them again.
Nice.
And they do everything, so they're really good at what they do. So they do all the package, they do the villas, and they do flights and everything. And if there's any issues, they can negotiate it for you. The downside is, I specifically asked them, don't book our car hire through Thrifty or Budget or Dollar, because they're just a nightmare.
Yeah,
I booked my own one at Christmas through Alamo, and we did the skip the queue. You get off the plane, walk to the garage.
I've done it once before. Yeah,
jump in a car, job done.
You're in and out. Like genuinely, I've done it. I've been in and out of that garage in 5 minutes.
No. Yeah, we had a massive SUV. This thing was huge that we got at Christmas, and it was amazing. We had captain seats in the back. It was a 7-seater, so we put the 2 seats down. All the cases were in it. Yeah, the Thrifty and Budget, they're just a pain. Everything's just like, oh, do you want the toll pass? Do you want this? Do you want that?
Yeah.
And it's like, because we use the visitor toll pass while we're there. That's amazing.
Yeah. Dare I say, I know a lot of the companies out there, they try and pry on the fact that people don't necessarily know that you don't need all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
They kind of insinuate that you need all of it. And they're naughty because they
know you're tired as well. They know you're tired. Your kids are getting, they want to go. So if they say, I mean, when we went on October 22, we paid $186 for the toll pass with Budget.
Yeah, right.
And we had to fly back from Miami, so they said, "Oh yeah, it'll cost you $70 in tolls to get down to Miami." I was like, $70?
Yeah, sounds like a lot. I don't use that,
much, but yeah, we were tired. We'd had a long flight, and we were just like, just do whatever, just take it. And that was on 2 cars, so that was like $378 or something.
Yeah, naughty, aren't they? They're naughty. What parks did you do on your trip then?
We just did Disney this time, so we didn't do any Universal on this trip.
Nice, but that's
the girls, because they're not that much into roller coasters. I think the Universal parks for them, there's not massive amounts for them to do there.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Yeah, but certainly they're, especially like Islands of Adventure, that's more geared towards kind of like thrill rides and stuff. I appreciate Universal was a bit more like simulators and stuff, but Disney caters for all, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And like we like a lot of the parks. There's a lot of rides we haven't done. So when we went a couple of years ago, we didn't get on a lot of the rides. Obviously, we had quite a busy schedule. So this time we just did Disney, but we did a lot outside of the parks. That half of this trip, because my 18-year-old's a bit more high maintenance, she didn't want to just sit in Disney for 2 weeks. She wanted to do other stuff. So I literally rammed our itinerary with stuff outside of the parks.
Nice.
I'll tell you what, it made one hell of a trip.
Certainly a busy trip. What kind of different activities did you get up to then outside of the theme parks?
So we did airboat ride. So we went down to Florida. That was brilliant. That was really good. So that was a whole day in itself. So it wasn't that expensive. I think we paid £150 for the 4 of us, and that was for the drive-through safari, the Gator Park, and airboat tour.
Oh, and that's absolute bargain.
And then you got the giraffe feeding as well, which so in the part of the safari tour, you go up into this cabin up in the air, and you can feed the giraffes lettuce and things like that. And that was a good day out.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'll have to go and check that one out for sure, because that sounds like amazing value for money.
And the gator park's massive. It's really big, and they've got all sorts in there. So they've got like albino gators. You walk out into the mangroves, and they've got like it's like a birds conservancy area, and they've got like bald eagles and things. And they're all flying free. There's none of them are caged up, but it's just nuts walking through it. And they've got this really creepy walkway. I did some video of it. It'll look hilarious on there, because it looks like you're walking through a scare house at Halloween Horror Nights with all these like big old reeds hanging down in your face as you're walking through it.
Oh,
yeah,
that
really good. That airboat ride was something else. I've never done anything like that.
Nice. Yeah, they're decent. Like, did you get to see quite a lot of wildlife on the trip, on the airboat ride?
We went really early, so because it was it was a hot trip when we went there. It was pushing like 38 degrees every day.
Yeah.
So we did the 9 a.m. airboat, because when we spoke to the guy, he said, you're not going to see anything after 10 o'clock because it's too hot.
Yeah.
So when we went out, we saw like 3 or 4 gators out in the lakes. We went around this massive lakes. It's about an hour away from where we were, so it's quite a fair drive. I think all of the Everglades are quite far down, aren't they? They're a bit
generally, yeah.
So we did that, and we went out, and they took us to a gator nest. And he said, we went and checked earlier, and the mum's not there at the moment. So we took us in there, and there's probably a good 100 baby gators. Just
really, oh my god, wow!
Yeah, it was insane, and it's just amazing. There's nothing to explain what it looks like when you're going across that lake. It's like a mill pond. There's no movement at all. There's no waves or anything. It's like a sheet of glass that you're sailing across.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Just the wind in your face. It was that was 100%. I'd do that every trip.
Yeah. Nice. Good man. Any other stuff you got to?
Top Golf. That was good.
Yeah. Love it. Another one of my kind of like highlights that I'd always go for. And enjoyed that.
The Tuesday on that I think you mentioned it in one of your previous podcasts as well, that you go on the Tuesday and it's half price. I'm not sure I would pay the normal price for it.
No, quite expensive otherwise, but half price is quite reasonable at that point, isn't it?
I think we paid $98 for the whole thing, including drinks and a bowl of chips, I think it was.
Yeah.
But that was for 2 hours. You pay for the bay, so you can have up to 6 people on it.
Nice.
There was a shooting in the car park behind us while we were there.
Right, okay.
So they locked us in for another like 45 minutes.
Oh my god.
And they were like, I've just loaded your screen up, just carry on playing. We got nearly 3 hours in there.
Oh crikey. Oh well, at least you enjoyed that one.
11, I think, when it finished. It was quite late. It was in the evening, and my youngest was getting a bit tired by then.
Yeah, fair enough.
We walked out, and there's probably 30 police cars, all blues and twos, when we walked out. And we're like, get to the car, don't look at anyone.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Any other kind of activities you got up to?
So we did something called Showcase of Citrus. That was pretty cool. So that was right up near us. So it's a citrus farm. It's right up in Claremont.
Yeah.
And it's actually, if you go there the right time of year, it's to pick your own oranges. So you can actually go up there and walk up and down the vine thing, picking your own oranges.
Yeah. I bet those oranges are unreal as well.
I mean, they're selling them all there, and they've got these honeys that are pollinated by the bees that feed off the oranges and things like that. So they've got these flavoured honeys up there, and the shop there is amazing. And they do these massive like orange frozies that have got like Dole Whip on top of it.
Oh, spot on. Oh, I love that. You've done some different stuff, which is brilliant. And like you said, obviously trying to just find stuff outside the park. Have you vlogged all of these?
All of it. It's all in there.
Well, I'm very excited to watch some of these. These are going to be brilliant. Honestly.
And then we did an overnighter in Clearwater as well.
Oh right. Oh, there you go. Like done all sorts. Absolutely done a lot.
I wanted to show my oldest how much there is to do outside of the parks in Orlando, because I mean, most of the time you touch the surface of it. I mean, all they want is tourism. They are so set up for tourism everywhere you go out there. Yeah,
genuinely. The moment you kind of step out of the Disney bubble a bit, like it's amazing how much stuff you can find. Like it really is so much, and like it's all so good. Like I know that's why, as much as anything, I made Orlando Adventures podcast opposed to like a Disney one or a Universal one, because I wanted to shout about there is so much more. Yeah. And like you're an absolute like testament to that, the amount of stuff that you've done in one trip.
But I mean, I went to, because we love doing the shopping sites. We did the Walmarts and all that lot. But when we were there, when we went last Christmas, we did every mall in Florida, or in Orlando. It was we did like the Florida Mall at Millennia. We did all the outlets and everything. I was so fed up shopping. So the girls wanted to go back to Mall at Millennia, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I could do it anymore. But across the road from it was Outdoor World.
Okay.
It was basically the Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah, nice.
So I was like, right, I'm going over there. That's going to be some good content. I went in there. Honestly, mate, I've never seen a shop like it. It's just, I'm trying to put it into context of something. I mean, it's like Walmart, but it's solely down for like camping, and they've got like full-size pontoon boats in the shop. They've got this massive gun cabinet, which has got like M14s, sniper rifles, and everything.
There's some really bizarre stuff. Literally, I know the kind of shop you mean. They'll have like bow and arrows in there and stuff. Like literally, like, you name it.
They've got a fish tank in there, full-size fish tank with bass in it. And then when they bring a new product out, people actually go fishing in this massive pond in the shop. Oh my
God, yeah. Only in America. Only in America.
I love it. I was walking around there just grinning because it was just
in your element.
Stuff like that. I mean, it's so good to just see something on that scale.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. Honestly, it sounds like such a great trip. And I like I said, I cannot wait to watch all the rest of your vlogs. I really can't, because I know there's going to be some good stuff in there. I suppose kind of going from there then, have you got a next trip lined up, or is it kind of in the pipeline yet?
Wow, hot take. It is on the fence. So we are last night I was messaging you as well, sort of saying we're not too sure. So we're just on the fence of what to do. So we're going to go next year. So we're looking at October next year.
Yeah.
We're probably only going to do a week trip, just because my girl specifically said that they'd like to do somewhere else. And I fully get that. I mean, my wife and I have travelled here, there and everywhere. We love Orlando. That's where we want to go, but they want to try some other places. So we said we'd do a little cruise with them next year. So we're going to go to Greece on a cruise. But yeah, we want to put a trip in for October 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. We're just looking at resorts and where to stay at the moment.
Yeah. Do you think you'd stay Villa again?
I think we're probably, because I don't think my oldest will come on this trip, especially as we've said to her, she's going to have to pay for herself this time. It's quickly changed her mind.
Suddenly not interested.
Yeah, when Dad's not paying, she's like, yeah, not so much. So, we're just looking. We actually looked this morning. We're looking at Margaritaville.
Nice.
You know where Sunset Strip is?
Yeah.
So just back of there's a massive Margaritaville like resort complex.
Oh, that'd be wicked. Yeah.
So, yeah, we're just looking at there, and there's another one just up the way called Grove Resort, which is which is pretty much the opposite side of the road from that one. And both of those it's like a accommodation with a kitchenette on the side of it.
Yeah, cool. Nice. So, yeah, I like that.
It'll be a little bit like what we did at Christmas, because we stayed at Lake Buena Vista Resort and Spa Christmas. That was pretty cool, and that was just a massive room. It's like a 2-bedroom suite with a little kitchen. And they just work well. So yeah, I think we might try that and see how it goes. My daughter's desperate to go to a Disney hotel, but we're looking at prices of them.
It's like obviously they're amazing. Like the theming is fantastic, but I'm the same as you. I'm an off-site guy, and I really want to do on-site. Don't get me wrong. Like I want to do it, but I look at it and I go, can't justify it. You know, I currently can't justify spending 3 times as much for the amount of time I'm going to spend there. Would be my argument. So like I'm like, you know what, if I can go out there every year, I can go out twice a year maybe, but it means I stay off site. That's where I'm at.
Sometimes it's just quite nice to get out of the bubble a bit as well, and just have that, because you find new things as well. Like we like going to Christmas. We went to Racetrack and we started getting the big Frozies.
Yeah,
they do. I think it's the $1.50, and you get like it's like a gallon and a half of frozen Coke. They're absolutely amazing. So we started doing all the other petrol stations in the area, like the Wawa, Racetrack, 7-Eleven.
Gotta go get your mega big gulp, whatever it is, from 7-Eleven.
We found the girls with the Stanley Cup, so they were desperate to find Stanley Cups. So there's there's a bit of the video where we were going on like Target and Walmart trying to find them and reserve them. We went to this place called Dick's Sporting Goods, and they probably had 4,000 of these Stanley Cups in there.
Nice. Yeah.
We were like, how are people struggling to find them?
Yeah,
a wall of them.
Literally.
Yeah, we got these Stanley Cups, and they were perfect size to get a massive big gulp frozen drink in it. So the girls like that.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Well, obviously, hopefully end up going next year. Hopefully. I know I've said a few times that I'm looking at going October next year, so I might see you out there. That'll be good fun. Good fun.
Have a little collab when we're out.
Yeah, indeed, 100%. I suppose moving on from potential trips to touching on some rides then.
Yeah,
we got the keep update close segment of the podcast, and I've given you I've gone for a Disney theme, but I've gone like different parks, and the 3 options which I gave Dom were Star Tours. You're obviously a Star Wars fan, so I had to do something Star Wars related.
Star Wars fan, yeah.
Yeah. So Star Tours, I went Frozen Ever After, bit different, and Pirates of the Caribbean. Thought I'd go with a classic as well.
Yeah, get it in there. Right, so I am straight away put Frozen in the bin.
I had a feeling you were going to do over it.
Not even going to question that one. In all fairness, that comes with a caveat though.
Yeah.
Put Maelstrom back in.
Okay. All right. So
Maelstrom was a brilliant ride. I think it's shot in 2014, so people probably not that aware of it. That was on the back of Norway, and it was a proper like, let's have a look into Norway and add the old North Sea oil rigs and all this lot. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
So get rid of Frozen. I'm going to bin. Yeah, I'm not okay. About that one. So I'll beat Pirates. Yeah. So, Pirates would be nice because I think the one in Shanghai is a lot different, isn't it? It's a lot more.
Yeah, it certainly seems to be. I mean, a couple of them around the world seem to be slightly different setup to the one in Orlando.
But I love Pirates.
Got to stay. It's a classic. It's one of the first things. Always one of the first things in Magic Kingdom. Surely.
Yeah. Straight I know some people. I laughed. Somebody put it on Instagram, but I don't know why people like the smell of Pirates. It stinks. I was like, it's amazing. I love it. You walk in there, you get a proper musty. Barrel smell.
Oh, fantastic. Which leaves the update then.
Update Star Tours. So there's two things with Star Tours. This is going to be a split part. So it needs an update, but it needs to move as well. Okay. And D23 ruined this for me because I said move Star Tours and put it where Muppet Vision is, because who goes to Muppet Vision? So it should have been moved over there, and then it's right next to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, which would make sense kind of geographically, I
mean, that's a big unit, that Star Tours. When we came out, we were in one of the very end pods, and I didn't realise it was so big because there's a lot of screens in there, which is why they can get the high traffic through it.
Yeah.
But I said, get rid of all that, make it Star Tours, but with the same sort of viewing screen as Flight of Passage.
Yes, that would be brilliant. Yeah.
So you could be you can go Boba Fett with a jetpack and things, and you could be flying.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
I like how much that would fill up.
Yeah. Honestly, that's the one, isn't it? Honestly, I think that's the way to do it. I like Star Tours. Don't get me wrong.
Technology on them screens now, they could do. I mean, I love Star Tours, and I like the fact they've put the new videos on as well. So we saw one of the new videos. I wanted to see the one with the Sky Whale things from
the Ahsoka one. Yeah,
the Ahsoka ones. Yeah, I was hoping to see that one, but we didn't. But we saw one of the new ones, and it's good. I get a little bit travel sick on certain rides, so I don't like the motions, like Forbidden. What's the Harry Potter one at
Forbidden Journey? Yeah,
I felt ill when I came off that.
I
did not feel good.
No.
But just get the right sort of screening on there. Just Star Tours, I think. But I wouldn't get rid of it. It's just give it an update, give it a refresh, get bigger screens in, and that'd be sweet.
I suppose this is me going on tangent. I'm thinking Star Wars. I'm thinking update. What do you think of the updating Smuggler's Run that they've announced for D23 to Mandalorian and Grogu?
I'm not sure about that.
No, I'm kind of happy how it is a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we did Millennium Falcon for the first time on this trip, so we didn't get to do it on the one before.
Yeah.
So we got on it, and it was amazing. I thought you could only get 4 people on it, so I thought it was the 2 pilots, the gunner and the engineer, but I didn't realise there's 6 on it.
Yeah, two of each. Yeah,
we had a couple behind us, and they were gutted because they were all like engineers. So my daughter and I got straight on as pilots. My wife and youngest were gunners and engineers, and the others were sat in the back.
Yeah,
but I think it'd be good to have a couple of, maybe if they alternate it.
Yeah,
do 2 or 3 different ones. But I don't know. Holtz doesn't really work that well switching it to a Mandalorian because it's not really.
Yeah, in terms of the Millennium Falcon for a start, that seems odd. But at the same time, maybe it's meant to coincide with the film coming out in 2026.
Yeah, they got
they might put something in the story that's related. I don't know.
Yeah. That side of it, I get to do that. To bring it sort of more up to date. I get that side of it. But I just when they said about it, I was like, I'm not sure I feel about that. That's a bit.
Yeah,
put a Mandalorian ride in all day long.
This is it. It felt a little bit like, oh, they're updating that already. Like, do you know what I mean? A bit like. Surely there's other stuff you'd update before,
there's so much stuff in there.
Yeah, but nice. I was just intrigued to know your take on it, just as a Star Wars fan as much as anything. But excited to see Mandalorian and Grogu, by all means, like in the parks. I think that would be brilliant.
We had a really good meet with Mando on there. It was really funny. He's got his little Grogu in his little bag, and it's just
fantastic.
It's brilliant when he's walking around, and he went up to my daughter and was like, "Hi, traveller." It was just brilliant. I was like, yeah, got that right on video as well.
Oh, I love it. Amazing. Cool.
Yeah.
And I suppose we got kind of like my 5 main questions that I ask every guest.
Yep.
To kind of round the episode off. So we kick it off with the big one. What is your favorite ride? It could be any park in Orlando, but favorite ride.
So this changed on this last trip.
Okay, nice.
So my previous favorite ride was Velocicoaster.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
Just, like I say, there's not many rides like it.
Yeah, but something's trumped it.
We did Guardian of the Galaxy for the first time.
Nice. Okay.
We did it 4 times while we were there.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Did you manage to get four different songs? Or
no, we got September 3 times, and then we got Conga.
Nice. I mean, I'm a big advocate for September. I think it's the best one.
It's that ride is absolutely next level. I mean, we did the virtual queue for it, so I think first time we did it, I think we got up all time morning. We sort of just did the virtual queue through. Took probably 25 minutes once you get inside.
Yeah.
Second time we did it, it's on the vlog. It's hilarious. We were at another part, but we wanted to do the 1 o'clock virtual queue. But we were playing mini golf, I think, and we were like, it's half an hour away from Epcot, and we were like, let's just absolutely hoon it over there, run into the park, book it, and then we'll bugger off and do something else, because you're not going to get in till 7 o'clock if you do your virtual queue at 1. Yeah, we actually run right up the car park at Epcot, and we got in there with like a minute spare, booked the virtual queue, and then wandered back to the car and went off and did something else.
Yeah, brilliant.
But yeah, it's just amazing. I mean, the other times we did it in the virtual queue, we probably almost a walk on.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's a fantastic ride, isn't it? Yeah. And I can tell you're a Marvel fan. I can tell you're a Guardians fan. Obviously, I've got double video. Well, I can see 3 groups on behind you as I speak. So yeah, you're clearly a big Marvel fan.
Yeah, we love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. They tolerate it, but yeah, we all love Marvel. My wife absolutely loves Groot.
Yeah, love it. And Guardians, like, just as a film and as a franchise, like, all the characters are fun, and it's exactly what that ride is. It's such good fun, isn't it?
And we didn't expect it, so I'd never watched a video of it. I'd never watched anything. So I wanted it to be a surprise. The first time we did it, we walked off and we were absolutely fizzing. It was insane. Yeah.
Oh, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it. Honestly, that feeling of when you first get off it is something else.
It's just the first time I completely missed the story of what was going on because I was having so much fun on the ride.
Just absolutely.
When we did it again, I actually watched the story and I was like, oh yeah, that's what happened. That's
giddy with excitement. Oh, just fantastic. I suppose going from favourite ride then to favourite park.
I think if you look historically back on it, it would have been Epcot, but since they put Galaxy's Edge in, Hollywood Studios all day long.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to probably go that way, as much as anything, because obviously being a Star Wars fan. But like, I've said it many times, like Galaxy's Edge as an immersive experience, like
it's just a masterpiece, absolute masterpiece. The whole atmosphere, the music, the animals playing, it's just absolutely stunning. I love it. When we went on the October 22 trip, I did the Savvy's lightsaber thing. Yeah,
nice.
That was just.
Oh, I bet that was good fun.
Absolutely amazing. I got it on display right next to you.
Yeah, I just spotted it behind you. Nice. Oh, I think that's amazing. Oh,
yeah,
fantastic.
It was. That's really good. So yeah, Hollywood Studios. It's my wife loves Epcot. I did check. I ran these past her as well to see what her favourites would be.
Yeah,
she loved Epcot. Absolutely loves Epcot.
Yeah. Good shout. Both of them, and like they're both parks that you could spend all day in and not do loads of rides. I know I say it's a lot, but like you can just chill and you can like kind of take in the surroundings a lot. And I think that especially at Galaxy's Edge, that you can just be around the area and just be enjoying being in there.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
I haven't managed to do it at night yet. I want to do it at night because I bet it looks insane. We've seen it just like start to get a little bit dark, but I'd love to go there proper, like park closed and
go see that Millennium Falcon. That Millennium Falcon lit up looks something else, doesn't it? Yeah, nice. What's your hidden gem then? Hidden gem or most underrated, whichever one.
See, I would go this one. So I had a good thing about this one. So I think People Mover.
Nice.
That is a hidden gem because you're tired. You bought our Magic Kingdom. You're knackered. You're trying to find somewhere to have something to eat. You can't. It's one of the few rides at Disney you can take food onto. So you get yourself a drink, get your sandwiches out, go and sit on the People Mover. That's just lovely. Just sit there, a bit of cool air in your face.
chilled out, bit of aircon,
Yeah.
have a little look what's going on, eat some. Oh, I love it. Yeah,
You
that's
get
an
to look
absolute
around
shout.
Tron, you get to see the back end of Tron, you get to see the railway coming underneath you. They've got the lovely little Epcot, the original model that Walt thought it was going to look like in there. And yeah, I love the people mover. 5-minute queue every time you go on it.
Yeah. What's not to love?
Quite often they let you go around twice as well. If it's quiet, you just go around again.
Oh, I mean that's a great shout. To be fair, we haven't had it. We haven't had that as a shout yet. So that's absolutely, I love it. And I suppose going from hidden gem then to the potentially controversial one of most overrated ride.
See, I'm going to drop it like hot on this one, but Sarah told me it's unfair what I'm going to mention because my overrated ride is Hagrid's, but I haven't been on Hagrid's.
Okay.
But the reason I'm saying it's overrated is because I cannot think of a ride that I would queue nearly 4 hours for. It cannot be that good.
Yeah. I don't think any ride's that good. Yeah.
I mean, we didn't go to Universal, but when we went the time before, every time we went there, it was like 250-minute queue, and I was like, "That is, nobody's got time for that." No. I'm sure it's brilliant, and if I had to spare $800 to do an express pass for a family of 4, then
it's such a weird one because sometimes, like, I'm an advocate for a rope drop. If you drop it, I reckon you can probably get on it within an hour.
Yeah.
If you try and go on that in the middle of the day, it's guaranteed probably 2 hours.
Yeah.
And every time, and like there aren't many rides, and I'm a big fan of the ride. Don't be wrong, but there aren't many rides I would probably queue more than 90 minutes for.
But Sarah told me it's unfair because I've been on it, so maybe it is that good. On the flip of that, if it's one I've actually ridden, it'd be Small World. Small World's just rubbish.
Yeah, it's a
difficult. Consider doing it, but anything more than 10 minutes, that's not a queue.
No, I think it's a fair shout. I think it is. In my guest episode last week, we had James and Ben, and they said they went for It's a Small World as well, saying, you know what, like I just don't understand. I don't understand who's out there going, oh, I love this ride. Like I'm
gets in your head as well, and that's it.
I know, and obviously I know people like it, and I get the nostalgia, but like, nah,
I'm good.
I would go queue for something else.
Haunted Mansion's next door. Go on that.
Yeah, exactly that. And I'll be interested to know your take on this one because this is the final question. But what is your favourite thing to do outside of the parks?
So I'm bouncing around on this one. So I had 3 options on it. So I had airboats, Clearwater, and Topgolf. But do you know what? I'm going to put Topgolf on there because that was absolutely brilliant. It seemed a lot. I mean, we paid, like I say, $100 for 2 hours. That was with refillable drinks while we're there. They put us in the VIP lounge, which was cool. So we had our own little concierge guy that was coming up and do. But like my wife's never played golf before in her life. My youngest has probably hit a couple of balls around a mini golf. My oldest goes to driving range, and I love golf. All 4 of us had the best time. It was even my wife walked out and said that was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it's about, isn't it? And like, I genuinely, I completely agree. I think it's a brilliant
drilling the ball 200 yards down the blooming driving range, and I wasn't getting any points. She was bouncing it off the edge. She was getting like 1,000 points.
I managed to trickle it into one of the little targets.
And I was like, "What's the deal with this?" I'm there like drilling it down like
the back
woods, and she's off the edge. But just for a family activity, it's undercover. She can do it, come rain or shine. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, food's good. The vibe in there's good. Yeah. Like it, and like you said, when you go on a Tuesday at half price, I don't think. I mean, for 4 people with a little bit of food, some drinks, for over 2 hours. Yeah, I don't think that's bad value for money anywhere.
Not bad at all. No, you pay that going to the cinema now to watch film.
Exactly. So I think absolutely spot on. I mean, in comparison to, I appreciate it's not the same, but like a Disney ticket to get in the park being probably £100 each. Yeah, like it's a bargain, really, isn't it?
And like I say, it's just a fun activity. Anyone can do it. You don't have to be good at golf for it. They've got all the clubs there, so it's not like a driving range in the UK where you have to bring your own golf clubs. They're all sat there. They've got left hand and right hand clubs. They've got clubs for little ones. Yeah, it's just really well set up.
Spot on. Nice, cool. Well, that kind of rounds up the episode. That's the final questions. Obviously, I really appreciate you coming on, and genuinely, please go and check out Wookies on Tour on YouTube and Instagram because these vlogs coming out are going to be so good.
Yeah, I like something a little bit different.
Yeah, exactly, and it's so good to see you doing kind of different activities. But like, genuinely, I really rate your vlogs. I think they're spot on.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And to be honest, Russ, I mean, well done for what you've achieved with your podcast. I've said to you I message you quite a bit on this and say I've got an hour drive to work each way, so I work quite far away from where I live.
Yeah.
And when I see like Wednesdays and Fridays now, because I leave at like 6 a.m. and I have to wait till like just after 6 when it comes up.
Yeah.
That's why Wednesday and Friday sorted. I love it. And it's just such a good podcast, and it's something I love. It's part of the community. It's
yeah.
So no, well done, mate. It's really, and I love, I mean, everyone you put on there, I'm on there like checking out their videos and things. It's just awareness again. So yeah, well done, mate. It's really good.
No, I really appreciate that. I really do. And it's been a pleasure getting you on. It really has. I've wanted to have you on for a while. So to get you on and as much as anything, have a chat with you face to face has been spot on. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I have too. Yeah, it's been great to have a chat about it all.
So this was the episode with Dom from Wookies On Tour. Again, thank you so much to Dom for coming on to the episode. It was such a great time chatting with Dom. It was good to hear about all of his experiences, the good and the bad. Obviously, the experience with the travel day on their recent trip. Honestly, it just sounds like a nightmare. But fair play to them. They got through it, and the light at the end of the tunnel was obviously getting to Orlando. So I'm so glad they had a fantastic trip. And please do go and check out Wookies On Tour on YouTube and Instagram for some fantastic content coming up in the coming weeks. Once again, thank you all for listening, and I will speak to you all in the next one.